The Holosun 407K has won the war. The 407K and the 507K are so superior to every other optic in its class that these other manufacturers should be ashamed of themselves. You might be tempted to run out and get a Taurus Optics Ready revolver, but don't trade in your Smith Wesson yet. You can be a space cowboy too. We can get a very good optics mounting solution for our Smiths and carry that weight all on our own. Let's determine if we can mount an optic to our Smith. You'll need a frame that's been drilled and tapped from the factory. Does your Smith have a removable rear sight? You can unscrew and remove it, but you can also check by opening the cylinder and examining the underside of the top strap. If you see 3 holes, you're good to go. The hole pattern is standard, so regardless of J frame, N frame, LGBT frame, all rear sights and all optic plates will fit, provided they are produced for Smith & Wesson. Now let's talk about mounting plates. We've got a couple options here. There's the all-chin mount, as you can see here, which accepts a huge variety of dots. But this particular mount is extra thick. You can see how tall that metal sight is. If you're into that, by all means, go for it. But we don't have to live like this. Instead, there's a much more trim option that mounts a little lower by moving the material of the plate below the top strap rather than above it. What you want is this JP Enterprises J-Point optic plate. The J-Point optic shares a mounting footprint with the Shield RMSC, the Delta Point Pro, the Holosun 407K, and if you prefer the company of other men, the Romeo Zero. However, for the 407K, it doesn't do that normally. Once you've got your plate, you're going to need to modify it. The 507K only has those posts at the front. The J-Point mount has 2 in the rear for the J-Point and the RMSC. The good news is that this plate is made of aluminum. You'll need a couple minutes with the pillar file and you can trim the posts in the rear down in no time. Don't worry about it, you're not going to mess up much. Put everything together and we are finally space cowboys. Congratulations. Call your dad and tell him you actually accomplished something. Dremel out a hole in your JM Custom Kydex holster and carry your Cyberpunk revolver in style. If you really want to get noticed by the base department, install a taller front sight and try to co-witness it with the little rear blades. I think that would earn you some serious base points when you're hunting Texas Red on Mars. And the next time you hit the range, take pride in knowing that everyone there will be looking at you and thinking, "Is that a red dot on a revolver? Okay, I guess. Cool."